Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to quickly introduce myself. I'm SHAKEELA DAVINSCA, NASUTION, and this morning I'd like to present to you about the book report of the Railway Churn. Before we get into the next slide, I'm going to tell you about these interesting facts about this novel. This novel was first adapted for radio in 1943 and was first serialized for TV in 1953. Okay, let's get into the next slide, which shows the introduction. This book is a children's book created by Edith Nesbit. She has published her children's book under the name of E. Nesbit, which was originally serialized in the London Magazine during 1905 and published in book form in the same year. The author of this book is Edith Nesbit. She has wrote on more than 60 books of children's literature. Yeah. Now moving on to the synopsis. This book tells the story about the comfortable life of the three well-mannered siblings. And suddenly, one evening, their father are wait. They're forced to move house near the railway because of father's disappearance. The railway becomes a source of fascination and solace to the children. They are helped by the old gentleman to solve the mystery of father's disappearance. And father was found, and the family is happily reunited. Now moving on to settings. First is London, the capital city of England, where they first lived before they're forced to move from their London home. It's a red brick-fronted villa. And suddenly, they are forced to move from their comfortable London home to a simple cottage near a railway. That is the Three Chimneys, a white house near a railway line where they sit on the wooden fence every day and wave to the passenger in the trains that pass by. Next is the railway station, where the children made friends with the friendly Perks, who works as a porter and the station master in the station, which they always visit every day. And the last place is the tunnel, when some boys from Matebridge schools participate in a paper chase activity, and the children helped a boy in a red jerseyed hound that was left out alone. And now we've seen settings, now move on to characterization. First is Bobby. Bobby is defined by her deeply sensitive and desire to do good for others. And she has the power of silent sympathy. It means that person is able to know that you are unhappy. Next is Peter. Peter is a brave and smart young chap. He wants to be an engineer when he grows up. Peter is very intelligent, and he was the one who gave the idea of saving the train from meeting a certain disaster. Next is Phyllis. Phyllis is very naive and insecure. She is a sensitive person, but easily forgiving. And she is very brave when she and her siblings participated in saving the train from meeting a certain disaster. Now, the second lead character, which is their mother, Mrs. Weatherbury, she is a housewife type. She is a protective woman. She spends most of her time in home with her kids. And she is a very loving and caring person. The theme. So the theme or the main idea of this novel is how the children and their mother faced their problems bravely and how they patiently waited for their father to come home. And the character one in this novel is very strong and facing lives with courage. Facing life's challenge with courage. And the moral value. There are beautiful moral value in this novel. The first is family love. Next is bravery. The children are very brave to confess that they have stolen the coal, which shows that stealing is wrong. They are kind-hearted. The fact that the children wanted to surprise Perk's birthday without expecting anything to return from him, which shows that they are a very kind-hearted person. And the moral value are also related to Quran Surah Ar-Rum, verse 21. And the last is conclusions. So my rating for this book is 5 out of 5 because plot is not heavy and easy to understand, and each of which subplots is interesting, which complemented the main story. And I think the ending was one of the most satisfying. And it's a great read for both children and adults because it's not only about the railway children, but also the adults who are connected with them. And there is much to learn for both children and adults. And this novel is recommended to readers who are interested in train engines because they will definitely love it. And there is a lot of knowledge about train engines inside this novel. And I love how this is a classic. And now we've come to an end. That's it for my book report presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.